This is the tail end of the OFM Business Hour. Welcome back. Now, for tonight's personal finance segment, we're looking at the relationship between our poor literacy rates in the country and poor financial management. This comes on the back of the 2021 Progress in International Reading Literacy Study, which shows that our South African learners are the worst readers in the world at a grade 4 level. But how does this bleed into financial management, and how can you, as a business owner, inculcate a culture of reading in your organization? I'm chatting to Dr. Kershen Pillay. He's the CEO of the Graduate Institute of Financial Sciences, known as GIFS for short. The financial services are under the spotlight to do more to encourage literacy. Now, everyone's perception, anyone who didn't do accounting in school, assumes that, financial literacy is all about the numbers. Is that a myth?
So, for me, it's going to be a big fat yes, it is a myth. Financial literacy, for me, takes on many different facets or faces. But more importantly, what we're trying to push and to promote is that financial literacy is your relationship with money. As individuals, we either have good relationships with money or bad relationships with money. One could have not done accounting at school, but still have a good relationship with money. What we're trying to do as an educational institute, together with the financial services sector of South Africa, is to promote financial literacy and promote good financial behaviors amongst all South Africans. And that is what our deeper message is.
But why aren't we finding that there's greater financial literacy taught at schools? This is such a common topic or discussion that I have heard across, varying talk shows, that, people aren't taught enough on how to manage their finances, and they walk into sometimes these big corporate jobs, or maybe they don't. Sometimes they are earning minimum wage, but have no idea how to draw up their budget. But why is that not necessarily taught in schools?
I think it's such a good question and such a widely debated topic. But before we use the word financial literacy, I think we need to go back down to the first word of literacy. And I'll give you a few examples of it. Literacy takes many different forms. In order to be financially literate, you also need to be literate first. Have the enjoyment of wanting to read and to understand items. And let's look at it in South Africa and with our widening economic gap. We have those individuals who are parents who enjoy reading, and therefore they teach their children to read. And when their children read, they consume information faster, and they are then able to apply it in financial literacy situations. But then we have, on the other end, we have people that are earning minimum wage, like you said, like our domestic workers. And with our domestic workers, they leave before their children even go to school. And they come back very late at night. Where did they have the tools to promote any form of literacy to their children? And therefore, as you've rightly pointed out, our schools need to play a part in promoting literacy. But more than that, I think as individuals, I want to paraphrase something that Michael Jackson says, I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And I think if we as individuals and as South African citizens say, okay, I'm going to promote a learning culture. I'm going to go and donate all my spare books to areas that will encourage reading, or within my radio station, or within my workplace, or within my home community, amongst my families, we're going to set up a book club. Children and society will pick up on it. And so the question that I say is, and you've mentioned celebrities talking about it, celebrities often post pictures on Instagram about their lifestyles and their vacations. But how often do they post about the book that they enjoyed reading? We as South Africans need to make reading and financial literacy and just literacy on its own fashionable again. And that resides with us.
What is your message to bigger corporate entities on this, on how they can help to improve literacy rates in the country?
I see that everyone puts pressure on the corporates for everything that is failing society. But I think what we need to do is start promoting reading clinics within our institutions. And that will have a direct return on investment for corporates, because they'll have more educated, more literate individuals within their organizations.
Dr. Pillay, what book are you reading at the moment?
The book that I'm reading at the moment, it's an absolutely wonderful book.
Mm-hmm.
It's by a South African author and broadcaster. Her name is Joanne Joseph, and it's called Children of Sugarcane.
Lovely.
It's a fiction book, but it's absolutely wonderful.
His name is Dr. Kershen Pillay. He's the CEO of the Graduate Institute of Financial Sciences. This was our personal finance segment. Dr. Pillay encourages you as a business owner to start promoting reading clinics at your business or institution. That way you are inculcating a culture of reading amongst your employees. And of course, the more literate your employees are, the better for your organization.
The Business Hour with OFM.